this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. And don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you would like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video. Let's talk about Ketu transit into Chitra. Now, technically, it depends on which system you're using, regular Ketu or you're using the true node system. So if you're using the regular Ketu, then it would have went in on June 26th. And the true node goes in on July 7th. So I'm kind of putting this video out in between both because I feel there's validity to both. Now, roughly in November is when it's going to still be in Chitra, but it's going to go to Virgo. So this video is just about its transit in Libra. And then I'll make another video later on about when it goes into Virgo because it's kind of far away. So I don't expect you guys to remember this. Let's get into it. Now, the ruler is Mars. It's exited from Shawtee going into Chitra. And so now it's going to help a lot of businesses that were kind of going under and having a lot of losses, having a lot of letting go of people, having to let go of maybe employees or relationships and things like that. That was happening just because Shawtee is ruled by Rahu. And then we had Ketu in there, which is the complete opposite. So we're still going to activate that Mars energy though. So Rahu is in Aries. It's still going to activate that, but we're dealing with a lot less Rahu energy, let's say. Now, you can check where your Venus is located, check where your Mars is located. It will activate these things. For everyone, it's going to activate relationships. It's going to activate business partnerships, and it's going to activate Aries and Scorpio in your chart. When it comes to relationships, this could also mean soulmates. This could mean marriages for some, but this could also mean loss of relationships for some, loss of a partnership, dissolving of these relationships. It all depends on your chart. It all depends on the dasha and your level of consciousness. So this is just a general reading. Now, Chitra means a lot of different things. Glittery, brilliant, artful, beautiful, many-colored, illusionary, and also magic. Ketu is also about magic, about the occult, about the illusions that can be cast. And also the symbol is big, bright, shiny jewel, just like a gemstone that takes millions of years to create under a lot of pressure, under a lot of conditions where they have to be perfect in order to manifest this. So that's why this has a lot to do with perfection. The perfection of beauty also is represented by the pearl. The pearl comes after a lot of irritation from the oyster. The oyster is irritated. It creates the pearl. This is just like the artist that out of hard times, out of depression, creates some beautiful art. Same thing. So for a lot of people, it's creating something out of nothing. Something beautiful that just magically appeared that you didn't really realize was happening. But we can also see through the beauty of the pearl to understand its deeper concepts and how it came about. So it's be able to see through the illusion of things. Now, in order for you to see through the illusion of these things, of relationships, business partnerships, of the material world, you're going to have to disconnect from the ego. And this will be very important during this time because we have two illusionary energies teaming up, which will either put people, if you're already too much in ego, it will put you more into illusion. There's going to be people who will massively awaken because they'll use their spirituality, their higher consciousness to be able to see what the truth really is. But then we'll have those who are going to get caught up more in the illusion and go down. Tavastar is the celestial architect and is the ruling deity. Another name for it is Vishwakarma, which is the creation worker. So he deals with the Maya, the illusion of life. Now, even though he's friendly to the gods, he has no alliance to anyone. So he would help everybody. He would help all the gods. For Indra, he fashioned the thunderbolt. Also, he helped his twin brother, who is a three-headed demon. So he helps the gods, he helps the demons. He doesn't discriminate. He's just helping everyone. So that's why it kind of can show too that something that is created could be used for the wrong purposes. Because it's hard to classify this as good or bad or evil because Everything that's created can be used for multi-purposes. So that's why during this time it's going to be harder to see through the illusion. What is for our greatest purpose? What isn't? Because everything looks beautiful. So that's why we have to use our higher mind during this time. Some will be able to see it right away. This will create an awakening for some, but some won't be able to see that. He also creates the lokas of existence, the planes of consciousness. He is the creator of that. I feel that people will actually be put more into categories of who's awake and who's not. This will bring that out ultimately. Chitra is known for arts and crafts, designs, and things that are exaggerated proportions. One native of this is Kim Kardashian, which is well known for all the exaggerated proportions. But with Ketu here, we could see a dissolving of these exaggerated proportions in fashion, which has been a trend going on for a little while now, where people are kind of going a little more natural. We could actually see that happening more, increasing during this time. For some, it will be harder to see the truth with relationships, war, entertainment, business, finance, but the occult and spirituality and meditation will thrive. And some will be able to see the truth that they couldn't see before. Now, it creates, like I said, things without an implication of could it be destructive or could it be positive for humanity. This could also have to do with the past or looking back at the past, health matters, things of that nature. Was this beneficial for society or was this a poison? Now, all about creating new things. So this could be creating new relationships, soulmate relationships come back or come to you that have a past life karma attached to them that needs to be resolved or that needs to be experienced. Relationships of higher consciousness, relationships of spirituality. This could be a business too. If you have a spiritual business, maybe you meet more people that are like-minded. That's on the highest level. On the lowest loka, we could see a dissolving of these relationships due to misunderstandings, disagreements, arguments, things like that, things that need to end because of karma. It also represents glamour because glamour is the ultimate illusion, but glamour can be beautiful as well. So that's when we can use the illusion to our benefit. But also some will be using the illusion to their benefit in order to what? Catfish others. So be careful of scams. That's why you can't use your ego. If you see something beautiful, use your logical, use your intuition, use your mind as well. Well, the mind is, that's debatable whether the mind is what we should use or not. Also analyze and really figure out, am I just going with the beauty of something instead of the substance? Because there is a desire to trick others with beauty. And instead of that, you should actually strive for more of a spiritual connection. Ultimately, that's the only thing that's going to last. So it utilizes the complex layers of perception and projection. With this activating Rahu and Jupiter in Aries, in Ashwini and Saturn in Shabihisa aspecting Rahu, what illusions are being cast upon us that are in the matters of health? And what's being concealed from us? What alternative ways of healing are being suppressed? This has already happened in Canada where they're actually having new regulations in order to suppress natural products, vitamins. I could definitely see this happening in other countries. So this is something to be aware of. For a lot of us who eat very clean, might have to find alternative ways of doing that. And these things are being suppressed for Rahu purposes, profit, greed. Some may face doubt or uncertainty within their relationship at this time, confusion. The best way to counter that is love and appreciation for what you do have. This could be in financial matters as well. Feeling a little bit confused about your business. Just love and appreciate what you have accomplished. That will create more of that and dissolve the confusion. Spiritual practices are important during this time to dissolve the ego. Only the ego is confused. Frustration and irritation can happen as well, but that is too much attachment to ego, and Ketu wants you to detach and let go. So the professions that this has to deal with is craftsmen, artisans, sculptors, architects, fashion designer, anything in fashion art, plastic surgeons, creating that illusion, photographers, graphic design, broadcasters, business experts, builders, landscapers, painters, screenwriters, production, set design, film, theater, musicians, herbologists, and advertising agency. That's just a little bit about the transit that will be occurring. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you in the next one.